Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Say everybody. There's nobody here yet, but I decided to start live streaming some more. Some people recommended that I live stream, and I said, okay, I'll try that. I'll do some more of it. And I live streamed about targeted individuals, organized stalking and harassment, what's going on with me, and answering questions and stuff like that. And then I was talking to my son about that this live streaming situation. The light isn't too good in here. These lights are really bright. My LED lights. So maybe, see what I can do about that. But anyway, I was talking to my son about doing this live stream and how I liked it. Camera there, and he said, "Yeah, all kinds of people are live streaming now, and they watch the most ridiculous stuff." Yeah, I did get some sleep. I went to bed at like 8:30 last night and slept until like 6:30 today, so that was pretty awesome. Um, but yeah, I'm getting going right now. Well, I've been up for a little while, but um, so anyway, I was talking to my son about this, and he said, "Hey, I got to show you some of these things that people live stream, and um, people live stream all kinds of weird stuff." So he showed me these guys that like 5 or 6 guys. They all put like a black and white striped suit on, sat in a room for 48 hours, and called it like prison live stream or something like that, and then just sat there and did nothing, and people were like people were paying them money. These guys made like $20,000 over 2 days for sitting in a room basically doing nothing. And I thought, well, if people want to watch ridiculous stuff, I do something kind of, well, not ridiculous, but I could live stream me going through all these hats, just working. Like right now, let's see. This is hats around the world. This is just one row here, and then here I'll do my best. I'm on my phone here. I haven't got some high tech setup yet, but some of you have probably seen this already. And I've got some inventory that needs to go up. So actually, that's what I'm going to do first. All of these just got uh, cleaned, researched, photographed. I'm sorry, cleaned, photographed, researched, listed, and then brought up here. And then I put them all in these rows by, yeah. So, but thanks. So what's it? Oh, somebody was just commenting on here. That's my son, Derek. Say good morning.
Ring.
He helps with this a lot. He does a lot of the photographs and the listings. So this is the second row of hats around the world. Um, and I come up here and basically, yeah, like I said, organize all of these by snapback, strapback, Velcro, the different type of back on the hat, the color, and the category, like auto. Yeah, you see my beautiful penmanship, golf, etc., stuff like that. So, yeah. By the way, if anybody's just tuning in, this live stream will have nothing to do with organized stalking and harassment or targeted individuals or anything like that. I'm just doing a live stream of me working basically. I'm just gonna try this out. So this is really not for the TI community. This is me trying to think of another avenue to create revenue. So there's people out there that are hat collectors. They're the ones that keep me in business. They like say they love the Phoenix Suns, and their goal for their hat collection is to collect every single hat the Phoenix Suns has ever produced, and there's probably a few thousand of them. so they could find that here. That kind of person would watch this live stream and be interested in how to organize all of their hats and stuff like that. So that's basically what this is going to be. You need a fitted hat, all plain colors. Hmm. Let's see here. So this is the fitted hat section. Here, here. There's some that are plain colors in there, and I would just have to search. So if I say you bought most people probably watching this wouldn't buy this color hat. So say you buy this one and it's all plain black, I would search through the miscellaneous hats up here, and then I have the rest of the black fitteds in different categories and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be kind of funny, the people that are tuning in a few minutes, when I put my phone down and I'm just working and putting away the inventory, searching through hats and stuff like that. They're going to be like, what the hell is going on? So I guess I'll just have to try to update that a little bit, because I'm going to let this run like for a while. My son was telling me that these guys do like 9-hour live streams. I was like, they just sit on there for 9 hours? And yeah, they just do it. And then people, no, I don't have a website. I've been getting a lot of ads to create a website, and I know how to build them. I've built for the Air Force with Dreamweaver. I'm not a coder. I use a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get, or they call it a GUI interface, graphical user interface, where you just insert all your stuff into the program. Anyway, that's a whole nother show. But I do need to make a website. I just use Facebook and Twitter to contact everybody, network, get information out. It takes some time to maintain. A lot easier. I've got a lot of templates up. Ah, man. Oh, I'm getting messages on Facebook, speaking of popping up on here. That's kind of distracting. All right, so everybody is here to hear about targeted individual stuff and organized stalking and harassment. I'm sorry to disappoint you that this is going to be something completely different, but maybe, and it could be a complete, well, no, it won't be a waste of time, because I do this anyway. I'm working anyway, so I figure if I just turn my camera on and a bunch of that kid that fell in the Willy Wonka chocolate river, yep. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. That's okay, I do that a lot anyway. But yeah, what I was going to say is this is going to be something completely different from what I normally do. So I don't know how I can update the people that are checking in. Yeah, I just will as I go here. So this is going to be a completely different category of what I'm doing. I'm going to try it out a few times and see if I can kind of share this on some different streaming kind of websites and say this is what I'm streaming, and then see if people check in. So, all right, this is going to get boring for anybody that usually hears me talk. Yep, okay. So this is my office pretty much. All right. So I guess I can kind of explain some of this as I go. It'd be like having somebody hanging out here with me. For anybody that's kind of interested. And you know what? A lot of this stuff that I've figured out, how to do. I don't know if everybody can hear me okay. Uh, but a lot of this stuff that I figured out how to do has taken years to figure all this out, to how to organize everything and all that. And I used to kind of keep it all to myself, where I get stuff. Um, do I have targeted hats? No, I have some that say things like Target on them, but there's nothing that. Here, check this out. I have a pretty good memory where a lot of these are, and sometimes when people ask, I'll go, yeah, actually I know where that hat is. When I was starting to feel better about myself and make some progress, I got this one. Target on solid ground. That showed up. I have a person that sends me lots of hats. Yeah, I mean, I go all over the place and find these things, but yeah, so I have hats that say stuff like that. But yeah, that's a cool hat. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear that, but I've got a bunch of them. I just find one and I go, oh, cool, that's going on the hat rack. So anyway, I'm putting these away right now in the categories. And this is what you call a strap back. It's got a little strap. That's one way to organize these. Actually, this one says, live to the full. Phillips 66. We do not have a gas and oil category here. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get warmed up, and I haven't put away hats for about a week. We do not have gas and oil. That would go in strap back miscellaneous. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Navy blue. See? Here's where you can mess up easily. That's a black one. And I almost put it in... CM Mules. This is college. Strap back. College. Strap back. Auto. Meritor. I don't know what that is. That is miscellaneous. Meritor. Probably somebody out there knows what that is. Again, for anybody tuning in, this has nothing to do with what I usually talk about. This is just going to be a live stream that I'm going to try to start get going that only has to do with me doing this. Researching, targeting everything right now. Check out, research a lot of my other videos, and thanks for stopping by. But again, this is something totally different. And there's... I didn't get to finish the whole question there. Wait, let's see. Here, I can scroll messages. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So just I actually do remember where a lot of these are. I can just go right to the spot and be like, yeah, I remember that one was kind of like back here, and there's about 16,000 hats here. But yeah, definitely organizing these by the type of strap back, snap back, Velcro, and then there's some other different types of straps that are uncommon, and then by the color of the hat, and then the category. And then some just you can't categorize, you put them in miscellaneous. So this one is a tequila Patron hat. It's a running hat, like a lightweight running hat, which is kind of funny. That's a tequila hat, yet it's made for like jogging. But that would go in alcohol category. Aged 50 years, vintage dude. So this would be miscellaneous. Mizzou football. Let's see. That's an easy one. That would go in football. Oh, ooh. Nope, I don't have football here. Just have sports. Yeah. So last thing I need to do when I'm up here is say, oh, that one should be easy to find. Kathy helped with this quite a bit. She understands that. It's like, oh man. And then just this one's strap back. Uh, Keeneland. It's got a little metal thing on there. Okay, so here's where I have to be careful. So I made it from strap backs and then it goes into snapback. So if I just keep going and don't pay attention, I end up getting these unorganized. So okay, so I guess I'll be done this way, putting these away. Set this camera up down here. So if anybody's, again, anybody checking in, this has nothing to do with targeting or organized stalking and harassment, just a new live stream that I'm going to be working on that has nothing to do with anything other than hats around the world. All right, that's a Nike hat. Put that in sports. Snapback Crane America Services. That would go in snapback construction. Let's see, BV outfit. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Put that in miscellaneous. And it's got a, here's another way, if somebody, if anybody out there wants to do this, go for it. Especially if, I thought about this, if there's somebody living in another country where things are way cheaper. And, you know, like I spend $1 to $2 for these, and then it costs around $4 total per hat. After I pay my son taxes, all of the supplies we have to buy, everything, sometimes $4 to $5. You know, and then sometimes I'll take like $8 for one of these. I'll only make $3. So the ones I can sell for 20, that still people have paid 20 bucks for a hat that they had in 1990 and they can't find it. We found it. They're perfectly happy. I sold a hat for like $106 not that long ago, and a bunch of people were bidding on it. That happens very, very rarely. Usually, we're excited if they go for like 20. But you can do this. Say you're in another country, buy a stack of these from wherever you can get them, for pennies, and ship them out and organize them like this. This is and it doesn't have to be this kind of stuff. It can be anything that people collect. I just sold a bunch of cameras recently. But what I was going to say, to organize these too, the button on the top, you can organize them by that, and then it's easier to search through. Like that. So all those miscellaneous right there. If one sells snapback miscellaneous, button on top, I go right to that, and usually find it within a minute if it's in the right spot out of 16,000 items. So it works all right. Okay, so we have Budweiser. I know we have an alcohol section. Oh no, food and tools. That's an interesting category. Food and tools. I mean, those are two good things. Desert Classic Palm Springs is baseball. Up here with sports. And this is a leather strap, so this is easy. One of these sells, there's a small category with leather straps. All right, again, all you targeted individuals out there that are checking out my channel to get information about what you're going through, this is a different video. I'm only live streaming to kind of start something new here with hats around the world. And it's going to get even more boring here in a little bit. What happened at court? I just did a bunch of videos about court, so please check those out. Okay, so this is like one of the least common categories here. Is brown. Not a lot of people buy brown hats. I've got one that I wear. I like. So, but same thing. Strap back. Oh, here we go. Take a break. Show you this hat. See, this is what I think some people think is interesting. Some of the stuff I end up with. So, like this hat says, "It's a Q thing." Obviously, you can see that. But then it's a hat for Quincy University. So it's a cool Q hat, but then you probably want to research that university. I don't know much about them. Alright, so this is how I spend my time down here on the ground. A lot of times. That one almost looks more green than brown, but it's closer. Some of these are in between, so it's tough to organize them. Greenway Equipment, John Deere. Oh, Velcro, okay. So this is what we do. We ship 500 to, we've shipped out almost 1,000 items in a month. Hey, I'm live streaming just in case you come over here. Okay. Just so you know. Alright. Everybody was sleeping. They're just waking up. Probably hear me out here talking, think I'm talking to myself. I don't do that usually. Good morning.
Good morning.
Leather strap. And so that would go on the end there. Another leather strap. And another leather strap. Bryce Canyon, I've been here. Yeah, this is kind of a, see, this is a hat right here that somebody would buy from me that would get shipped to like the East Coast or something like that. Somebody went to Bryce Canyon when they were a kid, kind of like I did. I went to Bryce Canyon when I was a kid. Cool place. And say, you know what? I want one of those hats from when I was a kid. Go on eBay, look it up, and there you go. Find that. You know, nostalgia runs the collectible industry, and I get it. I understand. You know, that's why I like old records and different things. My old Schwinn bike. All right. Let's see. So we got those put away. Maybe I will, here, I'll skip around a little bit. And you're looking to an old school typewriter. Let's see. Okay, I want to read this comment again. From Nicola. You've been, oh man, wait, scroll down. Okay, I've been looking for an old school typewriter. Gonna take my old journal and type them up. I have massive chest full of them. I actually had an old typewriter less than 2 weeks ago. It was a Selectric with the ball that spins around, and I typed on that a little bit. And actually, typewriters are good to write out your memoirs. People that are writing a book, people that are writing a screenplay, writing a song, anything that they don't want hacked, write it on a typewriter. Get it notarized, and then before somebody has a chance to steal it, you own it real heavy. Oh, sorry about my watch. Um, these things are bad for you. Don't ever start these. It's nicotine. I didn't smoke. Lost the live stream because I got a phone call from an unknown number. All right, so I kind of showed how I put away the inventory. I showed how I put away the inventory, and I still need to do that. I feel like I need to sign off here pretty soon, but I can just leave this thing on as long as I want. I forget that. And why not? Why not? I'm just working. I might get distracted talking to you all, or you that are here, but you know, sometimes I'm up here and I'm thinking about random stuff, and I think, man, that'd be a good thing to tell everybody. That'd be a good thing to talk about, and then I'd forget it by the time I write it down and get to the next thing I'm doing. So, but like here's a random thing. It's helpful. You go to the store and buy a random coffee mug like this. It's gonna be like $5 or $6, $10, $15, whatever. 25 cents swap meet. Goodwill. You know, don't pay for all that stuff. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I can't show this too much because I think people's usernames might be on there. No, so I come over here to my computer, look at my inventory, what's sold, and then what am I doing? I am doing a live stream for Hats Around the World and showing people what I do, how I do it, for people that want help. This has nothing to do with organized stalking, harassment, or targeted individuals. It's going to be a completely different live stream. I'm going to put in 2 different categories, and maybe do I need to make another channel for this? I don't know. I'll look into it. But make another channel for this? I don't know. I'll look into it. But drinking. Somebody said drinking. I don't know if you're saying I'm drinking. I'm drinking. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking coffee. Check it out. Some good coffee, actually. Check it out. Some good coffee, actually. Yeah, so still, anybody checking in right now that's used to hearing me talk about all the things I normally talk about, I'm still going to be doing that. But I'm still going to be doing that. But I'm doing a live stream, and it might not make sense to some of you that I'm going to just sit my camera out and live stream me working for hours. But apparently, this happens. This happens out there. People will watch live streams of people doing the most ridiculous stuff, them just working, them doing random different things. So I figured I'd try it. I got to work anyway. I spent a couple days working on all this court stuff and videos and everything. No audio. No audio. Hmm. Can anybody else hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. This has nothing to do with organized stalking and harassment. I repeat. I mean, I might say something about it as I think of something as I'm going through the hats, but this is going to be totally different. And I'm just going to explain hat stuff. So this, if you're here for information on what I normally talk about, please go to my old videos and or other people's videos. Yeah, I still drink coffee. I shouldn't. I quit for a long time. Quit drinking coffee. Quit. I never smoked. Hey, I'm live streaming the world. You guys want to say hi? No. You going home?
My mom should be coming soon.
Okay. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
That is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My daughter's friend stayed the night. So the next thing I would do for the people that are actually trying to pay attention to the hat stuff, which I know is a total, well, people know that I do this. But the next thing I would do is go through my inventory, see what's sold, and start searching. So I'll do that. So I go here to awaiting shipment, and right now awaiting shipment I have 58 items. Usually we sell around 20 items a day or so, 20 to 30 depending on the day, time of year. And I've spent a couple days doing videos, writing letters, emailing back and forth with my attorney. I'd like to show you the screen here with a bunch of these sold items, but it shows these people's usernames. And I know that privacy is a big deal, and I don't want to give away their usernames and stuff like that. So, but anyway, it just shows me a big list of items. So I've got hats here. I've got old black and white photos. We do reading glasses, like old vintage regular vintage eyeglasses. So I'll find these and get them. Okay, I'll find these and get them. Anyway, I won't go into that part. I find vintage glasses and sell them online. People will take the vintage glasses because they can't find a brand new pair that they like. So they get a pair from the 80s, take them to lens crafters or whatever the glasses place is and say, put my prescription in these, and then they get them for 20 bucks on eBay instead of 120 bucks at the glasses store. They have something cool and vintage that nobody else has, and creates business for us. I don't do too many of them anymore. They're getting tougher to find. But that's something. I had a record collection. I had a few hundred records, and they were so monotonous to listen to because if they had a scratch, they would skip. Just they're fun. I love vinyl records, but they were really heavy, and if I need to uproot and go somewhere sometime here in the future, it's not easy to move records and all this other heavy stuff. So anyway, sell other random stuff. Yeah, hey, that's part of why I'm doing this too, because I noticed that everything that I was focusing on was about organized stalking and harassment, about targeted individuals, and in which you need to sometimes you have to hyper focus on a situation to protect yourself. And I did that, so now I'm kind of trying to get back to, like I'd like to do the ukulele videos. Those are just fun. I don't think I'm great at it, but I have fun doing it. Um, Making music, that kind of stuff. If you don't take time to don't make time to do that, even in the middle of all the chaos, it's gonna get bad. So you gotta do that and then really enjoy that moment that you have, in my opinion. So, so that's what I'm doing. Something just kind of random, goofy here. So again, anybody checking in that's trying to get targeted individual information, organized stalking and harassment, please check out my other videos. This is going to be Hats Around the World live stream, and it's going to be really boring for a lot of you and a waste of time, because you need to be researching other important stuff. This is for people that aren't dealing with this, that just want to see hat stuff. They might be bored at home, they don't have a job, uh, they're financially independent, and they want to watch random live streams. So yeah, the vinyl's really cool. I put all of my vinyl records on eBay, but the cool thing is I've made some decent money selling them. I never pay much for anything. I mean, I'm up about 500 bucks. I've sold fifth, yeah, I don't know how many I've sold. Maybe 100 of them, something like that. 500 bucks, I didn't get rich, but it was a collection I got to listen to over the years, and then using time of need, kind of like a little savings account. Uh, I do this when I talk, when I'm thinking about stuff too. I just kind of pace around the house. So plus, I thought it'd be cool for people to check these out. Hey, from Michigan, how you doing? That's where my dad's from, Pontiac. Was from. He's not here anymore. But hi from Michigan. One of the most interesting places in the United States is in Michigan, Mackinac Island. And I kept researching that place. Oh, I'm sorry you're having a rough week, man. I get it. Um, well, be tough. What do you? How can we help? Other than what we're doing right now. Other than what we're doing right now. Oh yeah, gaslighting is ridiculous because it doesn't make any sense. Check out my last video. That lady at FedEx. Oh, who's gaslighting you? I guess we'll talk about some of this stuff. We don't talk about whatever we want. Who's gaslighting you? Prayer. I pray. There's more to it than that, though. You gotta take action. If that's what you're saying. Be, okay. 10 years next spring. Yeah, my calculations are okay. And this isn't a contest because if you've been targeted for a year or 43 years, it doesn't matter. It needs to stop either way. But if my calculations are right, this started way early. Possibly when I was a kid. So um, I don't like to go too much into that. All of that I try to stick with after when it got even more weird. Um, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't follow then. My apologies. Yeah, it's cyber war. The Infowars. Infowars is one of the greatest names for a show ever, regardless if you like it or not. but information, the war of information is the current war. Hey, thank you, Marina. Uh, Sent me some money yesterday, and I really appreciate that. And I'll tell you what I did. I'll tell you what I did with it. Um, we my son likes to cook, and he's good at it. And he said, "Hey, I want to do a turkey and a ham this year, and like go do a bunch of food." And I was like, "Ooh, those things aren't cheap." So they had a ham at the grocery store. That was like 27 something dollars, and then um, you get a turkey along with it, and like a 20 or 16 pound. Anyway, you get a turkey along with it. You have to pay a little bit more if it was heavier. So what we did with the money you sent was we got our Thanksgiving turkey and our ham. Damn it. So thank you. I appreciate that. That was awesome. And we are going to cook it up tomorrow. I actually invited. I didn't check. I can't get a hold of him, but I thought it'd be a cool idea. And it was kind of last minute, but I messaged Nappy Head Roots, and told him, hey man, I know I know you're having a tough time. If you can make it to Arizona, you can come have Thanksgiving dinner with us. We'll have plenty of food. And the guy's always driving around in his van, and thought it'd be. Plus, I like the guy. I think it'd be fun to hang out with him. He's got his head on his shoulders. He's in a bad situation. I'd like to see that guy in a better situation. All right, so I'm getting completely off hat topic and talking about all this stuff. But yeah, Marina, thank you. Wish you were closer. We'd invite you guys over for Thanksgiving dinner. My eBay store name is Hats Around the World. And if you just type it all out with no spaces, just Hats Around the World, and on Google, just type it in Google, and you can go straight to my store. It's really the easiest way to get there. If it's not coming up by typing in Hats Around the World, just type in, do Hats Around the World space eBay, and then try that. Are you making breakfast?
Yeah.
You making bacon and eggs?
Eggs.
Oh, eggs. Will you make a little extra?
Yeah.
Please? Awesome. Huh. Awesome. My daughter's gonna make me breakfast right now. That's cool. No, don't apologize for anything. You didn't have to do what you did. I mean, $1 helps out. I appreciate that just as much as anything. But yeah, that was very nice of you. And I'm not trying to get any kind of donations or payments or anything from the TI community, because everybody is already their finances are being drained. I'm trying to get this message outside of the TI community to people that want to help with something like this, that could be like a philanthropist and say, and look into this and go, wait a minute, these people are going through what? And then do something to help pass some laws, help some people, stuff like that. We don't have Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know you guys don't. It's such a weird holiday too here. And you know, I know the real story, Christopher Columbus, the story that we were taught. Okay, this Hats Around the World live stream is going to be all kinds of random stuff. Sometimes I'll just start talking, I guess. Yeah, what we were taught in school is Christopher Columbus showed up, and all of the Indians were like, "Hey, how you doing? Welcome to America." And then they all sat down and they had this giant feast, and everybody was happy, and America started, basically. And then you learn about what really happened, and it was millions and millions and millions of Native Americans were murdered, and you know, it was the map of the United States before I almost said we. I wasn't part of that. Christopher Columbus and all those folks changed the map. You know, it used to be all the Native American. Yeah, check it out. Check out that map. So what I do is I go ahead and still have the dinner and all that stuff because it's nice to spend time with family, and that's about it. I don't really believe that we're celebrating the union between the white man and the Native American, because that was a bad start. We're doing better now. In some places, there's still some nonsense going on. Actually, one of our employees that worked with us, her name was Trivia. She grew up out here on one of the reservations in a hogan. Like a hogan is a wood house, a small house, wood teepee kind of thing. She grew up in that. They had a dirt floor. They swept the dirt floor and all that. And had some interesting stories. Here's something to research. And this person told me this story about skinwalkers. And skinwalkers are people that are on Native American reservations that are like evil spirits that would run next to cars going 60 miles an hour and stuff like that. And I just looked it up, found some videos, and did a little research on it. It was kind of interesting. But she told me all about that. All right, I'm going to get back to the hats for the people that want to. This is going to take a while to transition here too. Not transition, but to add this live stream. Started with private investigators. My bad, I got sidetracked there a little bit. Okay, so this hat that I'm looking for right here. No, yeah, it's on maybe another live stream. I'm sorry you're having a bad week. Message me on Facebook or Twitter. Kind of let me know. I'll see what I can do to help. Do my best. Or put you in contact with somebody that can help. All right, so this one should be that's a trucker. It should be all of these hats right here are truckers. This one should be right here. All right, so that's what I do to go through them. So these are the yellow truckers here. That one's an M&M's hat. So I wonder if that one just got listed. Oh, there it is. Ooh, there's two of them. So I'll flip through, make sure there isn't that. So that's about how long it should take me to find one of those. Hey, oh, my daughter. I won't put you on camera. My daughter just brought me breakfast. Thank you so much. Yep, thank you. Appreciate that. Look at that. What a good kid. Can't see it. Yeah, the thing about accepting donations, I never wanted to ask for anything. Talked about this before. The only time I ever accepted anything is when I was a firefighter and I was taking care of 4 kids. I got what they call WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, and it helps you buy like milk and cheese, oatmeal, stuff like that. And I used that for like a year or 2 years. Feed the kids. Other than that, never asked for anything. But people can send me all they want now and want to fight this in court. Stick around. I need an attorney. My attorney's telling me he's not going to give me any money back now. He told me to stay off his premises and I'm trespassed because I told him that I'm not going to put up with his lying anymore. Anyway, got videos about that too. All right, got 25 people here. I think it's rude to eat on a live stream. I shouldn't do that. Nobody wants to watch somebody eat. I think that's like on Joe Rogan. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this collection is. So here's something to talk about hat related. There's a guy in Minnesota. His dad was a farmer, and his dad. So farmers and like seed companies and stuff like that, they make hats and they'll give them out when people buy their seed corn, when they buy their tractor, when they purchase any kind of farm related anything. They've got an old hat like this. I could probably reach to something like this. It, have a hat. I could probably reach right here and I don't know, something like that. So this guy collected these hats over his lifetime. He passed away and gave them to his son. His son counted them, and there was like 103,000 or something like that. So this guy had a collection of 100,000 hats, and he was looking for a home for them. And it's an amazing collection. It's worth millions of dollars. So other than that guy, I don't know of anybody that has a bigger collection of hats in the United States. I'm still waiting to see if we all eat, it won't be weird. Okay, so. Oh. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Some people probably won't get it. For anybody that's still checking in, I keep repeating myself, but if anybody's just checking in wondering why I'm doing this, I am doing Hats Around the World live stream, and a lot of it will just be me talking about collectible hats, vintage hats, how I organize them, how I run this business. Because somebody else out there can do this, and I don't mind. There's millions of people in the United States. These things are endless, pretty much. It's basically just finding them and putting the work into it. And it's if you're afraid to work, if you're afraid to put in a lot of hours, don't do this at this level, at least. Just a little extra income. You can manage 100, 200 items, no problem. But this is a full-on task. Like we do this with 2 people right now. 3 is better. You were born targeted, awakened. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, people do need to understand about TIs. That's kind of another reason I'm doing other videos too, because we pigeonhole ourselves into. I need to get my charger for this phone, so I'm going to take you all with me. If we pigeonhole ourselves into just our groups, then we all are experts on this whole situation, and nobody else hears about it. So if we do other random stuff to kind of get the information out to other types of groups, you know, they'll see something in passing and go, oh, hey, what's this thing? I just wanted to watch this hat thing, but these guys are talking about a court case, people being targeted. Maybe what's up with the other videos, or the ukulele video, you know, stuff like that. Oh, and somebody asked me about railroad hats. Yes, we have a bunch. Want to see them? Okay. Conrail? Conrail. Don't know about Conrail. But, here. So these are conductor hats. So there's a bunch different. Some of them just say class, like this one's Classic Engineer Railroad. It's like it's probably from like Oshkosh or something like that, kids. But then they have these. This is Lionel trains. If you collect or know anybody that collects trains, Lionel's the #1 name. You find Lionel trains from the 20s or 30s. You like a box of them in a storage unit. You just bought yourself a new vehicle. Basically, they're worth a lot of money. I'll go back up to the comments. So I mean, it just goes on and on. Different railroads. That's how I knew exactly where those were. Go through these a lot. Kathy got really good at this too. She was a good hat finder. She and she did leave these. Oh, look at this one. She organized better when she left than they were organized when she got here. So I have to definitely give her that. She did a good job with that and other things. This hat happens to have a target on it. Imagine that. I get all kinds of interesting hats like that. So yeah, those are conductor hats, and I'll get up here and check the messages again. Thanks for asking. Yeah, life does seem extremely weird before you connect all the dots. When you connect all the dots and you figure it all out and you quit, and I don't want to say freaking out about it, because you freak out, and rightfully so, because things aren't right. Once you get through that, you understand that somebody did this. It's not some, you know, there's hope. It's not forever. It's no, sorry, you don't want to look at my thumb. Let's help each other. Yeah, we got to help each other. That's, you know, it's like we're fighting against a giant network. We have to make our own giant network. There's 26 people here. Watch me get hats. So again, anybody checking in that's used to me talking about all the all of the stuff I normally talk about. This is completely different. It's hats around the world live stream, and it's about hats, eBay stuff, and some other random, you know, when people ask me questions about targeting, we talk about that too, and then people watching the hat thing and start to wonder what the hell we're talking about. Look into it. Some people can, yes, you know what, some people can still lead great lives because they've figured out a way to manage through this and counteract what they're doing. You know, I still live in a nice big house. I rent this house. I lost my house in California, but you know, I found a cheap area to move into because of the economy. I could afford it. Crime wasn't the greatest over here, greatest situation. Gang stalking is definitely bad. Nicola says she goes on soup runs for homeless, meet such beautiful people. You know, here in the United States, they are outlawing that. They actually arrested a preacher. He would go out and he'd feed, I think he was former military too, and he was a pastor. He would go out and feed people. I'm pretty sure it was in Florida, and then they arrested that guy for giving them food. And it keeps happening. They're arresting a lot of people. So they have to go to the park and say, we're having a picnic with our friends, instead of saying we're feeding the homeless. So that's a way to get around that. Picnic with your friends. You're allowed to have friends. You're allowed to have a picnic. Picnic away. I can't, this phone charger. Sorry people, this is like, alright. Might get pretty boring here because I might go into I'm just searching mode because I do need to find these faster than I'm finding them. Alright, so here we go. Switch back and forth. Perfect for people with ADD, which is a fake diagnosis anyway, but when you like to kind of go over certain topics, go back and forth, get bored with the same thing over and over. So this is the next hat I'm looking for, O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's a Velcro. Now, Velcro contacted eBay and said they would shut my store down if I kept using their name, Velcro. So I don't call that Velcro anymore, even though that's what we've all been taught what that is. So I have to call it hook and latch, and I had to change 16,000 listings to yeah, I had to change 16,000 listings. Well, I'm sorry, not 16,000. All of the hats that we had that said Velcro, we had to change every one of those listings to say hook and latch instead of Velcro. And that was part of the... How many people do you think that are not targeted had to go through and change that? Velcro was really that upset that we were giving them free advertisement, normalizing their name. The bad guys are relentless. They never stop. So basically, that's what we have to do, is never stop, keep fighting. Okay, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Velcro. I think that should be down here. Yeah, there's a lot of red hook and latch hats. Hope this isn't triggering anybody. I see a lot of red too. But wait, shit. See, and then I'll start thinking about something else. I'll drift off thinking about whatever situation other than what hat I'm looking for, and then I'll get through one of these rows. Go, wait a minute, did I miss that one? I'll have to go back through it. So you really have to focus on this. Or else you'll miss something. Here's where your arm gets tired after after finding 40 of these in one day, searching through a bunch of rows, especially when there's one you have to search through like 6 or 7 rows, going like that. It's like you're shredding cheese. I can't see any of the comments right now, so I'll have to check those out and scroll back up through them. And I'm not having too much luck finding this hat right now. I'm kind of curious if I missed it or... Oh. So here's what happens when you don't focus on what you're doing. So I looked through the miscellaneous, and that is an O'Reilly Auto Parts hat. So what I did is I didn't look in the auto category, which I made for myself, so it would be easier to find these. So I'm not paying attention. So this is on the top row. I need to get the stool. There we go. There it is. All right, another one down. So that's usually how fast it takes. And it shows how much time I waste if I'm not paying attention, don't look in the right category. This is like that game Memory. Yeah. Peep that. Hey, buddy, how you doing? We found it. Yeah, you guys helped me find it. Right on. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Sometimes you'll be searching for one of these things for a while, and then like, where'd it go? And then you find it, and it's like you just found this sunken treasure or something like that. Let's see. I'm sorry. Oh God, my face itches. Sorry. Preserving. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, Michael. After I made comments on your live stream the other day, the perps ramped it up a bit. The 10-second sirens outside my window every half hour, so it's really getting old. It's usually a reaction when you do something positive. It's like a notification sent out, and they ramp up. It's like they've got little knobs or something. They'll ramp up a bunch of the stuff that irritates you the most. I get every time I post a new video. Right after I post it, I'll like click the button, and it's like me clicking that button sets off a siren outside. It seems weird. Maybe it's the greatest coincidence of all time, but I highly doubt it. This is kind of fun, to be honest. Cool. Hey, if some of you are enjoying this, then awesome. If you should be researching what's going on with you with the targeting and learning about all the fusion centers and compartmentalized organized groups and then what's really happening, you should be researching that. Other than that, this can be kind of fun. Yeah, I'm almost to that point too. I understand now. I just need to keep there's only so much you can research, and then you get to the point where you go, okay, I understand this now. Now I have to do something about it. And I need people. Yeah, man. Everybody needs people. We're humans. That's our human nature. That's why, to punish us, they put people in solitary confinement. It's one of the worst ways to punish somebody, especially a person that's apathetic and loving. They want people around them. All right, I'm gonna look for the next hat. We all do need people, and I'm glad you guys are all here hanging out with me. I'm kind of having fun. I'm not getting as much work done, but at least there's some people that are next hat, guys. Who would have ever thought I'd be live streaming how I find hats in my eBay store? How funny. Hey, whatever, Oh, you gotta laugh. Some of this stuff is super laughable. Some of the skits they do are ridiculous. You gotta laugh. Sometimes they'll laugh with you. All right, so now I'm looking for, this is an interesting one. It's winter, so a lot of warmer type hats have been selling. So this is the one I'm looking for right now. It's like a wool green beanie type thing, and that would either be, so we've got two different areas. These are all the kind of odd and end hats right here. So it could be, oh, ta-da! Imagine that. Love when that happens. Put that right there. So yeah, when I get all the hats, I just put them right here, line them all up. So we get, well, all of them, or most of them. So usually there's some that are hard to find. Yeah, that one was easy. You should see some of these if it's a I shouldn't say this because the trolls will just be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get one of those hats. That'll be a pain in the ass." If a beige miscellaneous hat sells, or a navy blue miscellaneous hat, or a black miscellaneous strapback, eat my food. No, I need to eat. It's sitting right here. I just feel weird eating. Maybe I just won't eat in front of the camera and talk. Yeah, that is a unique hat. I like that one. This is really rare, but I have maybe one other hat like this. The Girl Scouts wore hats like this in the 50s with their little emblem on the front. I just sold one of those actually actually that one might have been from the 30s, 30s or 40s. I just sold one of those like a month ago. Good morning. How's it going? All right, it seems like we have some more people here. So to update everybody again, I'm repeating myself, but it'll just take a while for everybody to know what's going on. I'm doing a Hats Around the World live stream that has nothing to do with organized stalking, targeted individuals. A lot of my friends that are on here are going to be asking questions, talking about that, so we'll talk about it a little bit while I'm doing this, but mostly I'm talking about what I do for a living, how I do it, put my pink up, put my link, put my pink up. You want to race? You want to race for pinks? Just kidding. The link. Okay. I know. I'm just joking, man. I was trying to be funny. How do I do that right here? It's just Google. Yeah, do it. Put a smile on your face. Absolutely. Okay, I'm multitasking eating here. I've never done this live stream thing before where I'm just kind of hanging out with people online, so it's all new to me. And you don't think of some things ahead of time like, hey, maybe I should eat before I do this. I'm okay today. I'm having fun talking to everybody right now, answering some questions, showing people what I do for a living, showing them how they can make some money if oh my god, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd too. That's not a bad thing. Wait. Eating in front of the... Wait, there's a name for this? No way. Okay, why does this surprise me? Not, it shouldn't surprise me. So eating in... Did you know that there's people that stream YouTube and they just YouTube themselves eating? It's called mukbang. Mukbang? What?
Mukbang. It's like ASMR kind of thing.
There's people eating, so some people could just check in because I'm eating food. I'm sorry. I guess I'm getting old. Mukbang. Yeah, somebody put it right there. I feel like the old guy lately where people keep telling me all this new information that I didn't know. And I'm like, what? Kids these days, get out my damn lawn. So, weird, but okay. Thanks for letting me know. You don't know something, need some good ideas, ask your friends on YouTube, live stream, or your kids. It's helped me get this far in court, actually. Everybody on YouTube. My daughter made... Okay, there's still a couple people there. Sorry about that. My phone died. That had nothing to do with any interference or anything. So, terrible live streamer. My apologies. Oh, it looks like somebody sent me some money. And I don't even know who did. Let's see. I can't click on that. Yeah, that was completely my fault. And I apologize. So, yeah, that was all me. I get a lot of interference like that. I mean, check out the very first show I did on Crowdsource the Truth with Jason Goodman, and look at the interference we had on that show. And some of the shows after that. It's buffering a bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, and I can't. I'm trying to check to see who sent me some money, and I can't. I'm trying to click this button here. So whoever you are that did that, please kind of send me another message saying who you are, so I can thank you. I appreciate it. Um, oh, you know what? I'm gonna click on this video on my computer too, and while I'm looking at, oh, I better mute the sound. While I'm looking at my eBay stuff, I can click in here and go back. Oh, I can see who sent me money in these messages right here. Back, yeah. Sorry about that. Whoever's hanging out here and not bored uh, with this, I never realized that I would have fun hanging out online with some of my friends that I've never met before, that I've interacted with and shared a lot of good information with through social media. It's really interesting. And hey, learn new stuff all the time. I've learned, I don't know how many things this week I've learned that I never thought that I would know in my life just this week. Can't see who sent me money. It says $19. Well, whoever did that, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Because I am not working as fast as I normally would because I'm talking to the camera, so it kind of helps to have a little extra. I might need to, if I'm sidetracked too much doing this in a little bit, I might need to just check out, or just leave the camera on, and the people that just want to keep watching the me going through these hats, then I'll roll with it. Checking out your messages here. Yeah, it is fun to hang out with other people on the other side of the world. Uh, Kieran Lee Perrin was calling me, and we were having these super long conversations and about going through almost the exact same thing. And I was just thinking, man, I'm sitting in a parking lot right now at the grocery store talking to this guy in England. You know, we've shared. What speaking of, he's called me a couple times. I need to call him back. Kieran, if you end up seeing this or you're out there somewhere, I am going to call you back, and I apologize for not calling you back. Uh, if you guys don't know who Kieran Lee Perrin is, he's the guy, one of the guys that was on the Vice video that they did to try to make targeted individuals look crazy. And there's an interesting story about that too, how the some of the intel agencies intervened and made them change that story. That is a very interesting story. Kind of like they do in Hollywood movies. Hollywood movies have some story about the FBI or the CIA, and then the FBI and the CIA show up and say, "Here's what you can say. Here's what you can't say in your movie. Change this part." They did that to Vice. All right. You can barely hear me. I'm sorry. So my son was telling me about this backpack setup, because I think what I might do, and this might be a good idea for other targeted individuals if we could figure out a way to buy this or rig some kind of setup on you. I have a GoPro strap that goes on. It's like a vest kind of thing, and it clicks in the front and holds the GoPro right here. But there's another thing you can do with it. You buy this backpack. It's got a Wi-Fi hotspot and camera setup and everything, and it's all ready to go for the internet to live stream. So you can take this backpack. It has a camera right here and films everything that's going on in front of you, or whichever way you want to point the camera. Imagine as you're getting gang stalked and you have that on, you're just walking around town live streaming what you're going to catch. Some people aren't going to get the memo, and you're going to show instance after instance after instance of that happening. Think if a couple thousand people were out doing that, a couple thousand targeted individuals. You can get a great mic headset. Okay, cool. I'll look into that. I didn't plan on doing this literally like a few days ago. I didn't plan on live streaming and doing this, and it kind of dawned on me, why not? Why not? Some people might have the time, people that don't, uh, we'll find something else to do. Oh, damn it. I missed that last message. I'm trying to read these.
Ocean.
Yeah, yep, in my bathroom. Please review my pages, Twitter, Meadows, campaign for. Yeah, check out Marina Meadows' Twitter page, both of them. She puts out a lot of good information, and I've shared a lot of her stuff that she's put out there, and vice versa. And everybody, go follow her on Twitter, please, and share her Twitter page. How are you able to start off to buy hats being a targeted individual? Well, okay, I owned an antique store actually in California. So, yeah, True Fitness Nutrition. Wait, is that? Huh. If this is who I think it is, I watch your show. And I'm pretty happy that you're here watching mine. Awesome. Uh, okay, I'll process that later. But you can go out and I mean, go to garage sales. Um, you're not going to run into. You're going to be able to go through and find. Say you go to garage sales and just go search through what they have, find things that are valuable, get a good deal, resell them. Go to the swap meet. Go to thrift stores. Um, find lots on eBay. And then it's easy to not easy, but it's possible to navigate through a lot of the. You don't have a contract with some kind of government business. You're going out finding things that you're reselling. So you know you can go find this stuff almost anywhere. You just have to put the effort in, get up early, and go look for it. And but anyway, I had an antique store in California called Relic Rescue that was like 6,000 square feet, and we sold a bunch of all kinds of different antiques. I sold a vintage grand piano um, one time, but that kind of just transitioned into these hats because it had a bigger profit margin, easier to ship, less expensive to ship, and easier for me to find in large amounts. So that's to answer that. But I need to go back and see if that's who is actually listening to my live stream right now, because I do watch that show quite a bit. It's really good, and you have a lot of viewers, a lot of subscribers, if I remember correctly. What's happening?
I'm just watching.
It's my son, Derek.
It's Gucci. What's going on?
He does almost all of the photos now, all of the listings. So he's got a desk downstairs, studio lights, gets all that stuff listed, brings it up here, and then I organize it, search through everything, ship it all out, and we do all of this together. Like I said, 500 to 1,000 items a month that we find, clean, research, list, organize, search for when they sell, pack up, ship out, month after month after month. Christmas, this will be, whoa, you okay? This is Willis.
This dude helps us out too.
Yeah, Willis is like the chief hat finder. He's best on the bottom rows, but when we're up here looking for hats, he'll walk around and he sees us doing it. And he goes, I think I'm supposed to be looking for a hat. So he sticks his head in there and kind of looks for him. We'll be doing that. So, all right. So I'm going to get back to the Willis is a cute dog. If I don't say, I mean, I have nothing to do with it. Yeah, he is. He's a cool dog. He is unique. So this next hat I'm looking for is Santa Fe. How long
Oh, I remember listening to that.
have I been shredding for? Are you talking about
Skate.
skating? Shredding? Skating? Uh, since fifth grade. I don't, if that's what the question was, if you're asking about skateboarding, I can't think of anything else. Shredding. Wow, I cannot believe you're here watching my live stream, man. I'm that's awesome. Appreciate that. You have a great show. I love your videos. You are an intelligent, well-spoken person, and more people should listen to you. And, um, YouTube took down tons of your videos. I don't. Uh, that doesn't surprise me. But what they're doing is they're proving that they're trying to censor people with good information, and it's kind of digging themselves in a hole more and more. All of this stuff is being recorded. Everybody that's censored um, has had their rights violated, their constitutional rights. Um, there will be proof that that everything's got a paper trail, electronic trail. Oh, okay. You used to skate as well. Awesome. Okay, you were talking about skating. I grew up in Central California. I was born in Lancaster. Um, lived in Valencia after that, right across the street from Magic Mountain. Um, moved to Fresno, Clovis, California, right next to Fresno after that, and I've skated really ever since. I took a break for a while after like junior high, and then got back into it later. And the weird thing is, I really got back into it when I was a firefighter when I was like 25 years old, 26 years old. Um, got real back into it and started a skateboard company and got better than I ever was as as an adult. A lot of kids are 15, 16, they're at their peak, and I kind of fiddle faddled through it, and then I went went all out and filmed, started my skateboard company. um, I could call it a company. It was more a group of guys skating, going out, and traveling as much as we can. We did demos. We did demos actually with Birdhouse, Tony Hawk's company, Black Label, Crux Trucks, um, Emerica, like bunch of different people. We'd kind of be like not the opener, but like the local team. We would go do demos and stuff like that. And we traveled all over the Western United States, Oregon, Washington, California. Um, Never made it into Arizona to come skate. A lot of the best skate parks are up in Oregon and Washington. Yep, I will. I'm going to look for a louder mic, and apologize for the. I think I might even be talking a little bit low, just so I'm not. A lot of times I try to talk lower so my kids don't hear me talking about a lot of this random stuff. So I need to get used to just go ahead and talking louder. So I apologize, but I'm definitely going to invest in a mic. Sponsor sounds sweet. Oh, those skate. I got to skate with some pros, all kinds of them. A lot of times we don't even tell these stories about this because a lot of people, especially skateboarders, you go to a skate park and you tell them that. So especially my son, he's 22. So say 5, 6 years ago, he's teenager, telling his buddies, "Yeah, I just went to Burnside with my dad and skated with Tom Knox, Eric Dressen, and the guy Danger from the Grand Line video." If you're an old school skater like me, you might know who Tom Knox and Eric Dressen are. They met us at Burnside, skated with them. I did a bunch of photos for those guys. Tom Knox wrote up an article for Slap Magazine actually and mentioned my name in it, and that we all met up and did that. And so I've got a lot of interesting stories like that. Like I took a photo of Louis Barletta. This is way off subject, but hey, it's live stream, random. We don't talk about whatever, I guess. We did a demo at Copeland Sports with Crux Trucks, and Louis Barletta is one of the most famous skateboarders in the world. He's amazing, weird dude, but I mean he's got a really unique style and amazing athlete. And so we invited him back we built a concrete skate park in my buddy's backyard. My buddy Josh owned an apparel company. So we spent months building this concrete skate park in his backyard, just in a neighborhood. Purchased all the quickcrete ourselves, backfilled it with trash and tires and different things. DIY skate park. So we invited those guys over. Louis Barletta did this trick. It's called a rock and roll on a vert wall that was like 8 feet tall, and I got a perfect photo of it. And that actually ended up on the cover of a magazine called Paying in Pain. So yeah, I've got all kinds of skate stories about that. One of the best times of my life, and I loved it. Okay, yeah, anywhere in California, you're gonna probably know some kind of skateboarder in your local area that's a pro. A lot of pro skateboarders in California. That's kind of where everybody ends up. In Fresno, the local good pros were Ryan Johnson, and he was a friend of mine. Did photos for him in Skateboarder magazine, actually, for S1 helmets. Um, Alan Peterson was an amazing skateboarder. He moved to Australia. He skated for Consolidated, I believe. Um, Tony had the big house with the half pipe in Fallbrook. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of guys from Fresno would go skate that half pipe, a big half pipe, and then when they got done, they'd go back to Fresno and they'd skate a half pipe called the Arc. And Tony Hawk and all those guys would go out there. Mark Gonzalez, he wasn't too much of a vert skater. He could skate it, but yeah, they'd go out to the Arc. That was maybe 2 miles from my house, out in Clovis. So we're talking about skateboarding now. Okay, cool. Uh, yeah, I love the skateboard stories. I actually had a black Chevy truck. I still do, but my older black Chevy truck. And then we got this travel trailer for like $500, and painted the whole thing, spray painted the whole thing black, and put our logo on the side of it. And that was our team trailer. And we drove around in that thing. I took all the team to all the demos in that thing. We pulled up. We looked like a NASCAR team or something, and got out and did their thing. It was pretty fun. There's actually, on my YouTube channel, there's a video that we did. We were supposed to do like a full-length skate video. We had thousands of hours of footage of it, traveling all over the place, getting all this different footage, and then we did the intro, and I ended up breaking my leg, and it was a gap. I didn't have insurance. I worked for the Air National Guard at the time, but I didn't have insurance. So I had to pay, it was like $18,000, I think, for that surgery. I snapped my leg in half, tib fib, all the way through. My heel touched the side of my leg, and yeah, so now I'm the metal plate with the 12 screws and a pin. They're coming out the side and everything. So I did that skating a pool, and that was the end of the skateboard company because I had to pay for my leg. And then on to the next chapter. Then I learned about insurance and opened an insurance agency. Ran that for 5 years. I figured that's something I should know about. But all right, so cool. Thanks for asking about skateboarding. I'll talk about that all day. I'm gonna do this. Let's see. This phone plugged in here. All right, I'm gonna go look for this hat, this Santa Fe hat. So that's a strap back, and that has a blue bill. Let me see if that's a good angle. All right, strap back. See, and here's one of the things. I forget what I'm looking for sometimes. Santa Fe. It's got a chili pepper, kind of like Chili's restaurant. So that should be in destination. it is. Well, I have this down here. I just noticed when I walked by, you could see this. So I thought maybe that'd be a good time to show everybody the device that was put on me morning of January 5th after I spent the day in jail. So in Arizona, if you can make bail and they don't put you in pretrial jail, where you sit there and await trial in a prison before you've been convicted, if you're lucky enough to be in that position, they'll put one of these ankle monitors on you. And everywhere you go in town, everybody sees this if you wear shorts, which in Arizona it's 115, 120 in the summer. So everywhere I go, I've got this thing on. Tracks me 24 hours a day and goes off at weird times. And, yeah, they had to put it on this ankle because here, I'll show you the other one I was talking about. I mean, since we're just doing random stuff. The leg I was just talking about that I broke skating. So there's, look away if you're squeamish. The metal plate starts here and goes up to about, I don't know, let's see, feel the top of it somewhere, right there. So all these screws right here were put in at different angles, which is weird. They didn't put them in straight. When you look at the x-ray, they're all these weird different angles. And from me still being active, these screws are starting to come out of my leg and push through my skin. And I need to have some kind of surgery down the road to do that. And I'm afraid to go in and get that done now that I understand how you get treated by certain doctors in this situation. Yeah, that was no fun. That was no fun. You should have seen it when I broke it. The bone tried to push out of the skin. It made it nice little purple area there. And that's one of the times that I learned that opiates are bad. I got, they gave me a bunch of Vicodin or Norco or whatever they gave me, and it took a long time to recover from that. So I took those things. I was like, okay, I feel better. My, ankle doesn't hurt. And then just quit taking them, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, geez, my body is jacked. What's going on here? And there I learned some of the dangers of opiates, and I've hated those things for a long time. Caused a lot of grief in not with me. I was thankfully able to just stop all of that after the surgeries. Some people weren't so lucky, like my ex-wife. Yeah, they make the ankle bracelets here massive I mean, it's ridiculous. They can track you with a chip on your credit card, but they want to put this thing on it's for humiliation. It's so everybody sees. There's 41 people here hanging out with me getting hats while I'm working today. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Again, anybody showing up, this is a totally different live stream. We're talking about some targeting things, but oh, there you go. There's a good link right there. Good. See, that's why this is good too. You guys can share links, share information with each other. If you're bored with me, have all the conversations you want. I think it's great. Meet some new friends on here. Start talking with some new people. Network. All right. Oh, so now I'm looking for a McDonald's visor. Somebody bought a McDonald's visor. Now I've realized that a lot of these things we sell are for like movies or TV shows. They're looking for, they have a scene and they need that hat for their scene, and sometimes they need it at the last second. So like the Tracy Morgan Show, the producer of the Tracy Morgan Show contacted me, and who knows if it was like a trick to try to get me to go to the post office quick, and it wasn't really them or whatever. But I sent it to Brooklyn. They filmed that show in Brooklyn. And so they contacted me and said, "Hey, we need this hat. There's this hat we want. It says like 2000 Millennium or something like that for the Tracy Morgan show called True OG. And can you get it to us by? Can you ship it tomorrow overnight?" They paid $60 to ship this thing overnight, and I got on my bike actually, and I don't know why. I just didn't feel like driving through town, getting harassed. So I got on my bike, rode my bike through town. Still ended up getting harassed. The guy almost ran me over, and then when I said something to him, he said, "Get out of the way, nigger." And that is not me saying that. It's me repeating what the guy said. And thankfully, I got that one on film too. And then all the people in IHOP that were waiting to go into IHOP were right there, and they heard it. And I went up and I aimed my camera. I said, "Did you guys hear what that guy just called me?" And everybody was like, "Yeah, that was weird." So anyway, let's see here. You take the photos, don't you, Mike? I take photos of the hat sometimes, but Derek, my son, I've taught him how to do the photos, and it's Kathy even did some while she was here. Not a lot. It wasn't her favorite thing, but she did some. But no, I take photos. I'm a photographer. That's one of my passions in life. I love photography. I don't know if you've seen in some of my videos. There's a picture of some F-16s flying across the way in the sky. The Thunderbirds. I took that photo. Got a lot of different photography I've done. I've shot over 100 live shows. Yeah, I know. Have your film backed up in location. All right, so I'm gonna find this next hat. McDonald's visor. Okay, this is too easy. Well, we have a bunch of these, but all the visors. I don't even have to move my camera. All the visors are right here. And there's a McDonald's one, right in front. But see, there's multiples of these. Get a bunch of these, so I'm going to go through these and make sure I got the right one. Yeah, so there's some back here. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to make sure to check the tag, make sure I send them the right one, because if I do send the wrong one, if there's two that are really similar, I send the wrong one, then they have to send it back. I have to pay for the shipping. Ooh, this isn't the right one.
Can I use the speaker?
Yeah, it's over there in the down at the end of the row. Okay, so I need to find the right one. Cool, good. So this is one of the things I have to be careful of. I thought that was the one I was looking for. It looks exactly right, but the tag was a little bit different, so that means there's another one hiding in here somewhere. And sometimes people are so fickle that they will complain about that, so I have to make sure that every little detail is perfect in order to keep this thing functioning. Let's see. Huh. Well, that's not it either, but there's another one. I'll make sure those two stay together. Right, here's where it might get boring. Welcome to my world. Hey, if not, glad you're still here. Who knows, if I just do this while I'm working, stay live stream, people are bored, they can check in and say hi. Other random people will check in and be like, what's this hat thing? And then I'll start talking about some different topics, and they might pique their interest. They might chime in and become part of the conversation. And we make forward progress, because I was filming myself doing hats. You know, who knows? It could take one thing, one person, one letter, one person learning some new information. All right, so looks like maybe I sent out that other visor already. So I'm gonna go ahead and send him one of these. It's the identical one with the tags just a tiny little bit different. So there goes the McDonald's visor to whoever. Maybe that's an employee that needed one and they kept losing it. Or they won't give them a McDonald's visor and they like to wear that one at work, so they got that one. Who knows? I wonder a lot where these go. Yeah, let me check the messages, see if anybody. It's an eBay store, so if you just Google hats around the world, HATSAROUND THEWORLD space eBay, and it should be the first thing that pops up. Just click on the link and then you go to our store. We have almost 17,000 items in there now, and they tag me constantly in the store. I made some videos about that too. Do I possess any old ancient Indian crown? I do not have any ancient Indian stuff. I'm not. If that's what you're asking, I'm not sure. But I don't have any of that that I'm aware of. Glad to see some people here having some conversations too. I like that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back to my next hat. So this next one is a Boston Red Sox hat. Velcro, hook and latch, I should say. So this one should be easy. It's navy blue Velcro, baseball. Yes, I do have Quicksilver snapbacks for sure. Just go to the store and do a store search for Quicksilver snapback. That exactly. Snapback's all one word. At least in our store it is. I don't know how that's properly. I don't think it's all one word. But yeah, actually, those would be rip curl. Yeah, those would be. Here, I'll just show you. Since you're asking, I should be able to find a couple of those right here. Let's see. You said Quicksilver or Rip Curl? Didn't Tony Hawk own Quicksilver? Huh. There's an old OP snapback. I think Tony Hawk owned Quicksilver. Oh man. Oh, here's this is actually like a Target brand. I think that's Shaun White. Huh. Man, I thought I was gonna be all slick and go, yes, as a matter of fact, I have some of those right here, but they would be Quicksilver or Rip Curl would be, snapbacks would be in that row right there. So if they're not up in sports, I just ran out. Well, I must have sold them. But I have a bunch of other Quicksilver and Rip Curl stuff, truckers and stuff like that. All right, where was I going here? I'll have to plug this phone back into so it doesn't die again. Baseball. There. Should be right there. Let's see. Okay, where in the heck did that come from? Maybe from a hat. Just found this on the ground. A pink jewel. It's kind of fake jewel. Probably fell off of a hat in here, I'm guessing. Who knows, weird stuff shows up all the time. I'm sorry I'm not talking loud enough if I'm not. All right, Boston hat. If we can think of some kind of game where people, I don't know, think of something fun to do on here where somebody can win some hats or something like that. Cubic zirconia in the roof. Some appear in hook and latch. Proper term not to get sued by Velcro, the company. Boston. Let's see, that could be it. Sell a lot of Boston hats. I find a lot of Boston hats. Seems to be one of the most, Boston Red Sox, one of the most popular hats to sell. There's another one. So here's where I have to be careful. This is navy blue Velcro Boston Red Sox hat. They make a bunch of different ones, so I'm finding like 5 different ones. Alright, if you're showing up to my channel and you're used to me talking about organized stalking and harassment, this video isn't that. We've talked about that a couple times in the talk here, but this is mostly about hats. So I found, yeah, why not be creative? These are all the different, geez, cannot see me in that light. Anyway, these are all the Boston Red Sox hats that look almost exactly the same. So I'm gonna grab those, check the tag, make sure I send this person the right one. So sometimes the profit we make on these is $3. So this is just a very small part of what we do. You see how much time it takes. So some people were like, "Oh, you're getting rich doing this hat store. You're just raking it in." So, any of those people haven't run a business and don't know what overhead is. Time. All right, so that's it. Boston Red Sox hat found. That'll be on its way to. Where's this one going? Maybe it'll be interesting to tell people where these are going. View order details. This one's going overseas. Oh, wow. This one's going to Balik. Wait, no, is that? I don't even know if I got this straight. Kiryat Uno, Israel. This hat's going to Israel. And for me to ship a lot of these overseas, it will cost up to $20 just for shipping. If I ship to Australia, sometimes if I ship to the UK, New Zealand, Thailand, don't ship too much to China. I think that's because they make all these there. They just grab them off the line. Yeah, it's almost 18-20 bucks to ship one of these overseas. So it'll cost about that to ship to Israel. But interesting, Boston Red Sox fan in Israel. fedora from the 50s made. I don't know about those hats. Which ones? What are they called? Oh, here's one that they took a while to pay for, so it hadn't shown up. It just showed up on my list here. This one is a beige kawaii. So that is a snapback. That is a destination I should be able. Yes, it is my own business. I started this from the ground up, from buying storage units, going to garage sales, swap meets, spending $1 on an item, spending another $1 on an item, flipping it. I have almost 10,000 positive feedback now on eBay, and I've sold, I think, close to 30,000 items now on eBay. Oh, is True Fitness taking off? Check out that guy's show, everybody. I was pretty surprised he was here watching my show. He's got a lot of research to do, and a lot of work. Oh, hey, you're still there. Okay, new content. Good. I'll watch it. Very good job. I share your passion with what you're doing, and I understand what you're saying, and more people should listen to you. Thanks for coming to hang out with me in my hat room, man. It's kind of fun. It's almost like a friend stopped by the house. All you guys. Thank you. Yeah, everybody go check out his show. I need a microphone like his. Actually, that's one of the people I was checking out that might be like, what microphone is that? If you could let me know. Yeah, good hanging out with you in the hat store. But yeah, this is my own business. That started basically from the ground up. I've put a lot of work in. Thank you. But I've put a lot of work in by getting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning for years, starting my day, going down doing photos for 6 hours before everybody gets up, and then do your normal daily stuff, and then some journalism on top of that, and then whatever else you got to do, you just keep going. You know, sometimes your face starts to melt a little bit, your eyes get dark from the hours, but Jack Straw, I don't. Are your messages being read? I'm missing some messages on here for sure because I'm not responding to all of them. But is there something important here? I'm right here. Is there something important that I missed? The brand of the green wool hat. J. Crew. So that's J. Crew. It's got a little mark on it somehow. Oh no, that's not a mark. That's their little emblem. Look at that dirt under my fingernails. That's what you get from doing this. Yeah, it's kind of a cool hat. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to find this Hawaii hat. No problem. That's what I'm doing this for. Share information, hang out with people, show somebody something new they haven't seen. Snapback. Ooh, I don't have a category for my beige snapback, so that one, all the snapbacks are here. All the beige snapbacks are here. These are all the ones with buttons that are different colors, and then these are all the ones up here that are solid. So somebody, I didn't see who that was that just asked if I have any interviews coming up. Yeah, I have. I do. I should be on Crowdsource the Truth next week again, but this show, and it might be kind of controversial in the TI world because these guys aren't. Well, the show that yeah, easy for me to say, stuttering. The show that contacted me is called Non Sequitur, And these guys are like a bunch of, I shouldn't say a bunch of, they're like a group of atheists and or agnostics. I think they're all atheists. They try to prove religion wrong. They debate with preachers, stuff like that. They're pastors. They had a guy, Mark Hovind, I think, on there, and they debated with that guy. And but they contacted me to ask me about organized stalking and harassment. Sorry, I get sidetracked when I read some of these. And I said I think because on some of my videos I talked about how I pray, and I don't go, I don't say this is only spiritual and it's either you pray and it'll all be over. That, and I don't go there. But I talk about how I pray, and these guys contacted me. They said, "Do you want to be on our show?" I said, "Yeah, why not? You know, any press is good press." So I'll be on these guys' show, and they might want to try to debate with me about religion, but it probably won't happen. So I'm just going to talk about what everybody's going through, and just sounds like they have a lot of scientific-minded kind of people that listen to their show that. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what the experience will be like, but I'm going to be on there. That should be December 3rd, not the non sequitur show, and who knows? Used to burn DVDs and sell them in high school. Yeah, that's probably not the best thing to do right now. But yeah, because if I buy an embroidering machine and I start like embroidering Red Dog Saloon hats, start selling those Red Dog Saloons, probably gonna be like, hey, what the hell, man? What are you doing? That's it's ours. It's ours. All right, looking for a Hawaii hat. All right, so anybody out there just tuning in, this is the Hats Around the World live stream that I had no idea I'd be doing a week ago. And I'm just kind of testing this out, trying it out, seeing how it works. Going through hats, giving people some information about antiques and collectibles, buying and selling, running your own business while you are targeted or not targeted. It's a lot easier to do, I'm sure, if you're not. But this is something that could be helpful. There we go. Got it. Woo! There we go. One more ready to be packed up and shipped out. So usually this little stack right here would be like, I don't know, it'd be all the way to here. But I'm taking my time doing this, explaining everything to everybody. It's taking a little bit longer, so no big deal. All right, on to the next one. Okay, now that I'm here at the computer, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any hat questions? eBay questions? Vision skate hats. Yes. Here, if you had a little lag there, you just tried to call me from an unknown number. Let's see. Nope, I don't have anything for Vision. I've sold some, definitely. The photographs on eBay come from us. We take every single photo in our store. We use a Nikon D5100. It's a prosumer level camera. It's a digital SLR single lens reflex, and we have just some fluorescent studio lights and a little studio setup, and we do all the photos here. So my son does most of the photos of the hats now. I taught him how to do it, set the lighting up and everything, and he does most of that now. Venture trucks, maybe. Oh, hold on. I was just looking through the wrong category. I might have a vision hat. Looking through items awaiting shipment, not all items. So active. Yeah, it says active listings right here. Right now, I think I have some I need to relist at ended auctions, but it says 16,436 active listings in our store. Okay, yeah, no vision. Yeah, a lot of the times we find one that is pretty hard to find. It'll sell real quick. If I find an independent trucks hat, okay, good. The volume got better. Good. No venture either. Yeah, a lot of times those will sell quick. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've asked people before if they have, because if you have a box of 20 or 30 baseball caps sitting around, old ones, uh, these old trucker hats, hats with advertising on the front like that, and you just want to get rid of them, you don't want to do what I'm doing, but you want to help me out, send me a box of those. Like if you send me somebody's old collection or your old collection or whatever, um, that would be awesome. You can send it. Um, Probably cost like $10 to ship that many hats, and yeah, that'd be cool. If somebody's got a big collection of hats, like I have got a couple hundred hats, message me and let me know, and I'll purchase them from you. I spend well over $1,000 on hats every month. Movie prop hats. Oh heck yeah! You might want to look into those yourself first, see if they're worth some money selling yourself. But anything anybody wants to send to me, P.O. Box 702, Avondale, Arizona, Michael Barden. I've done this video before, but did you guys notice what my P.O. Box number is? 702. So in FISA, they have FISA section 702 and FISA section 12333. And when I got here, they just happened to give me P.O. Box 702. Hey, the coincidences never stop. All right, next hat. Oh, there was two Boston hats. Oh, maybe I have the other one right here. Okay, so. All right. This one is going to, let's see. Oh, look at that. I didn't have to go very far. There was two Boston hats that were almost the same. Right there. That really never happens. Where's that one going to? That one's going to Puerto Rico. All right, so sending one Boston hat to Israel and one to Puerto Rico. Damn, Boston baseball has some reach, right? Because yeah, it does suck that some of the military is involved in this. It's, you know, like we all raise our hand. I swear to defend the Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic. But then they just take orders that completely defy the Constitution. And, you know, like you should have to read the Constitution before you swear. You have to take a test, like what the Constitution says: freedom of speech, right to bear arms, Fourth Amendment, right to travel freely. All of it You should have to read that, do a test, get signed off on it, then you can swear to defend the Constitution. We should make that a law. See, come up with interesting ideas on the cuff. We should make that a law. Anybody joining the military must read and do a test on the Constitution of the United States of America. Somebody get that started. You do Periscope and many military plates? Periscope like videos? What do you mean? Yeah. Okay. So the license plates usually, in my experience, will be veteran plates, which I have a veteran plate on my truck. I'm a veteran. Oh, but when I got that veteran plate, they gave me one with all threes. Like that license plate, literally, it's all threes and an S. So it just looks like it says threes. And that's when they were waking me up at 3:30 in the morning or 3:33. All the repetitive numbers freak me out. So, but anyway, the license plates that I notice are veterans license plates, disabled license plates, paper license plates, purple emblem on the plate. A lot of the, they'll use different colors at different times. A lot of the people around here will have something pink on their vehicle as an identifier. So 10 people within an hour will harass you, and every single one of those cars just happens to have a little pink thing wrapped around their license plate, a pink antenna, a pink dash cover, pink steering wheel, pink back seat cover, a pink cancer sticker. And then each person that harasses you throughout the day, they'll have one of these little identifiers, like the pink whatever. And then you start to notice, all these people fucking with me right now all have something pink on their car. And then you try to explain that. Why would those people be doing that? Well, because they're organized psychopathic narcissists. That's why. There's an answer. There's an answer for that. All right, I'm going back to hats here. There's 35 people here. Interesting. Yeah, a lot from Florida. A lot from Florida. Michael Aquino. Yeah, that was the guy, the army guy I was talking about. Admitted Satanist. Yeah, and it's not Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm looking for this trucker hat now. John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer, this hat says. Actually, all my relatives in Minnesota drove those things when they were farmers. Everybody had John Deere stuff. John Deere. Well, let's see. Maybe it's up here. It doesn't come up here with me. See? All right. And I think I've mentioned to some of you in some of my videos before how they would use my hat collection to perp me, pass on information and stuff like that. And it would sound weird to anybody that would say, wait, they're talking to you through your hats? And no, it's just certain events would happen, and then certain hats would sell right after that. Like, we were watching, we bought this hat, we're letting you know. So I'd like to see really who's getting contacted to buy some of this stuff. It's weird. And I don't care if it sounds crazy, because I'm explaining it properly, and I have in some of my videos how they do this. Now there's no way that some of this stuff could be a coincidence. This is an old Air Guard hat. Used to wear it at Air National Guard base. I'm pretty sure that's an Air Guard hat. Ammo, probably AGS 430 AMU. Army or Air National Guard. And then that was the guy's name. Somebody wore that in the 70s or 80s at their guard base, probably. I think that might be it. Finish going through this row just to make sure. So I think all of you by now that have tuned in have heard this already, but just in case if anybody showed up, this is just hats around the world live stream. We're not talking about too much organized stalking and harassment. A little bit here and there. Ooh, that was the wrong one. Nope. Reese. So, thought that was it. I'm looking for that one. All right, back to the drawing board. See, this is when it gets really fun, when you have to spend all this time looking for one of these. There we go. And maybe you guys can help me think of some kind of fun contest way to do this, where whoever's listening, we can come up with like some trivia questions or something like that, and then whoever wins the contest, whatever we think of, I'll send them a hat at my cost. Send them free. Could do that. Anything in the store, pick one hat, pick two hats, something like that. That'd be fun. Or an item, an expensive item. I've got some posters that are worth a couple $100. I've got some old photographs that are worth a lot of money. That might be a fun way to Oh, here's a good opportunity to show you guys what happened in eBay. So, come on one sec. Oh, my nose keeps itching. Keep doing that in front of everybody. So, 4 or 5 months back, now I'll just tell you how we do this. Derek's down there right now, lint rolling all the hats, doing photos, and each hat, as you can see if you click on the store, usually has 7 or 8 photos. Front, the side, the back, we can tell what kind of strap back, what back it is, and somehow, out of like the 16,000 items we have, maybe a third of them, 25% to a third of them, they deleted all of the photos except for the first photo. So now people can't see the condition of the hat. I can't see the back of it. And if we forgot to list in the listing, if this is a strap back, leather, or whatever, now I have to go through all of the sections of hats instead of what I need to be looking for. So that's all I got out of 7 photos, and I pay $1 a photo per item to do these photos. So every hat that gets photographed, 7 or 8 digital photos, you get paid $1 to do that. So somebody can make some pretty decent money working for me if they just wanted to do 100 photos a day, you know. But yeah, they deleted thousands of those photos, and I called to complain and said this is very detrimental to my business. Gave them the whole story, explained what happened. They said it happened eBay wide. A lot of people were affected. They gave me 3 months of membership fees free, so I pay $300 a month for my Anchor store. So they gave me a $900 credit, but this is costing me hundreds of hours of time and effort, and it'd be impossible to go back through all of, not impossible, it'd take a month, it'd take literally a month to go through and find everything that they deleted all the photos of, rephotograph it and put it back in. So, and of course this one only says adjustable. It does not say snap back, strap back, Velcro, anything like that. And those tend to be the ones where our photos got deleted. Coincidentally, the ones that aren't described properly, the photos were deleted. So it takes us that much more time. So now I have to look through all of the white hats to find this. Great. All right, I'm just gonna leave this on. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I'm gonna leave this on. This is gonna go for a while to see how many people show up from outside of the targeted individual community. They might just join the group and look at the messages, say, "What the heck are these people talking about?" So, hang out as long as you want. I'll be back. You make all the food tonight? What's up? You make all the food tonight? No. Okay. That's probably gonna take a while. Yeah. I'll probably start like tomorrow morning. Awesome. No, I'm just taking a little break. I just told everybody I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna leave this live stream on all day. So if you want to hang out, do a little quick break. Oh yeah. Hey, I'm back. Hope you guys were having fun hanging out. All right, so I'm gonna look for this. Excuse me. Jeez, impeccable timing. Looking for that hat. I don't know if it's a snapback, a strapback, or Velcro. But it just says adjustable. So I'm going to guess. Ooh, low battery.
Adjustable means Velcro.
Yeah. It should be. If this one wasn't listed before we started doing that though. Might be old. All right. White hats. So this one should. It looks like it's the shape of a snapback. This one started December 30th, 2016. So almost 2 years ago we listed this hat. Were we doing that 2 years ago? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So it should be in Velcro. So this hat has a A on it, like the scarlet letter, the burgundy A that a lot of Freemasons use as an identifier. Freemason Order of the Eastern Star. One of their identifiers. They identify each other with symbols, not always through verbal. A lot of symbols. When I went to go check out the local Freemason lodge, when I wasn't sure what it was, I was just trying to figure it out and thought it was something that might be interesting. They have a chaplain there, and somebody introduced me to him, and he thought that I was already a Freemason. He didn't know I was just visiting, checking it out, and he gave me this secret handshake. And then when he did, the worshipful master looked at him and like gave him this look, and then he pulled his finger out real quick, like changed his handshake, and got this like nervous look on his face. So so there's secret handshakes. I remember which one he did, just like one of his fingers, and so there's that. Who knows what it's all about, but a lot of ways they communicate without talking. And thankfully, I never signed up. One of the guys said to me one day, "You might want to go check out a different lodge. I don't know if this lodge would be good for you." And I knew that that meant like, "Hey, we're not gonna allow you in this." So that was the last time I ever went. I beat it. Got out of there. Oh man, see, now I was just going through these hats, and I think I might have got sidetracked and missed it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Sometimes I get stuck on one of these and I'm not sure. I'll go on to the next one and then just keep up the pace. So I'm gonna forget about that one right now. That could be in a lot of different places. So yeah, they deleted thousands of our photos. It's constantly, every day, there's some kind of something related to that slows me down. Every day. Okay, So we have a beige strapback Neff rental. Did that just sell? Let's see here. Start time 2016. No. Neff rental. I'm just wearing a Neff apparel hat. It's that hat I wear, that black one with the flat brim. My bro hat. Neff strapback rental. That should be in construction. That was correct. There it is. So if you organize these right, you can find them pretty quick. I think I might just leave this thing on all day. If you get bored, no problem. I totally understand. I'd have stuff to do. Maybe somebody will log on here that has never heard of anything that you guys are talking about, and keep researching it. The more information, the better. More ways, try to get it out, the better. So this one's a Velcro Carry Transit. That should be an auto. Velcro navy blue Carry Transit. So far, this is going pretty good today. Sometimes we'll have a tough time where it takes forever to find one of these, like that white one with the A on it. That's going to take me a long time to find. So when I get done with this, maybe I will take this downstairs and start shipping stuff too. Maybe people could get some tips on that, on shipping. SRGC, Sun River Golf Club. That is Velcro. Looks like a lightweight hat, so I think I know where that would be. Or it would be in golf. Should be in golf. Sun River Golf Club Velcro. Should be right there. Hi Bev, how you doing? Welcome. This is not my normal live stream. I'm going through all my hats today. Just normal day at work, and I thought I'd invite everybody with me and live stream, answer questions about what I do, and maybe. Oh, no problem. Glad you're here. Well, I'm just leaving this thing all day. My son was telling me about some people live stream some random stuff, and they end up getting some followers doing weird random stuff, and I thought, maybe somebody will be interested in checking out the hat store and what I do and how I find these, even though it's boring and waste of time for a lot of people. There's people here having conversations too that are sharing some good information while I'm doing this, and it's pretty cool. so far. So I'm just leaving the camera going, kind of carrying it around with me while I work, and answering questions that I can. SRGC, Sun River Golf Club. Ooh, that one might have just got listed, actually. Okay, wasn't in there. This is why I need to put all the hats away before I start searching for them, because it could be. Okay, so it wasn't there. It wasn't in the hats. It just got listed. It wasn't in golf where it was supposed to be. So it might be. It looks like it's a lightweight hat. And I put all those over here. These are all lightweight jogging, running, fitness, summertime, warm weather type hats. Oh, thank you, sir. More coffee downstairs. I think I might have some, even though it's like 11 o'clock. Why not? Huh. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything about how I'm having a good time finding hats. Not having any trouble. That one is nowhere to be found. So I'm gonna have to go through a bunch of these other ones, try to find it. So I'm gonna pass that one, go on to the next one, and oh, wait a minute. Okay, now that is it. That's a strap bag. What? Velcro. Sun River Golf Club. No, I've seen that hat. SRGC. Okay. Yeah, I'll pass that one up. So I'll go through my list. I have like 60 items I need to ship out. I'll go through my whole list, the ones I'm having a tough time finding. I'll pass those by, go to the next one so I can find as many as I can as fast as possible. I've just been taking forever doing this because I'm talking to everybody here, which is fine. That's not a complaint. But oh, and here's another golden opportunity, a good opportunity for me to explain how I get messed with through eBay. So this person that bought this Victoria's Secret hat from me kept messaging me weird things, and I recently changed my password on a couple things, and the last message this person sent me, the last word of the sentence that they used had nothing to do with anything. They used the wrong word. It was the word that I had just changed my password to. like 2 days ago. This person that's sending me all these weird messages just happens to end their sentence with the wrong word. It happens to be the word in my password. The same thing happened when I changed my Netflix password. I won't even explain that one, but my ex-wife was responsible for it and let me know she knew that I changed my password. Yeah, it's ridiculous. These guys do this all the time. This is how they communicate with me through my store. I'd like to read the message and explain what the word is, but then I have to change my damn passwords again. And it doesn't matter. These people know what they keystroke or whatever, however they find that information. And the last time I changed my password, I went to the post office. This girl shows up on her phone looking at me weird, and she has a pink shirt that literally says password. That's it. And she's just standing there on her phone looking at me. The day after I changed my password. Another impeccable odds situation. Alright, so I'm going to look for this Victoria's Secret hat. Maybe I won't. It's a black Velcro one that'll take a long time. There's a lot of those. I have to look for the miscellaneous ones for that. And fuck that person anyway. Sorry, excuse me. I just get tired of these. I mean, that one's completely obvious. Sent like 6 messages. I actually blocked them. I'm going to send their item to them, but I blocked them from buying anything from me in the future. All right, so here's a woodland pattern camouflage bucket hat. Never thought I knew what every single kind of hat is called, bucket or floppy. Or, let's see, there's another name. Yeah, witchcraft is involved in this. Definitely. So here's a story about that. Since somebody brought that up, witchcraft. Here's a personal story. Since I was just talking about going to visit the local Freemason lodge, trying to see what they were all about. The guy that was they call him the worshipful master. He's a 33rd degree. I believe he was Knights Templar Mason. And the guys at the lodge told me he was the lead homicide detective here in town. Shit, what was I just gonna say about that? Oh man, I so just got hit a wall. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just started getting like pressure in my head. Yeah, that guy, I forgot what I was even saying about that guy. Jeez. Anyway, that guy, I took my daughter to this place called Main Event, and it was when I was still married. My wife was still around. We were at Main Event. And that guy, the worshipful master guy, he was a cop on duty, regular uniform, happened to be on duty that night that we went in there to Main Event. And I was like, oh, hey, Matt, how you doing? You know, I was still kind of in good graces with him. I didn't understand what was really going on. And I introduced him to my wife. And when he met her, it wasn't like, oh, hey, good to meet you. How you doing? It was like, what's up? How you been? You know, he didn't say how you been, but you can tell when somebody's met somebody before. So that was weird. Yeah, this is a cool hangout. I'm glad people are here hanging out. This is, there's almost, is that 39 or 80? Nah, 39. Couldn't tell because of the 39. Yeah, that's good. And I think some people are sharing some good information with each other while I'm doing this thing and learning a little bit about hats. Who knows? Yeah, yeah. You can tell when these people, Kathy and I had this conversation all the time. You go somewhere, two people you happen to know show up at the same place that have never met each other, and then it's weird. It's like they're trying to let you know, yes, we've met, but trying to make it to where you ask, and then they get the chance to go, what? What are you talking about? Ah, this is totally random. You know, you'll be out of town somewhere, two people you know that have never met each other show up. It's just a coincidence. It's happened 20 times, you know? Anyway, yeah, found that one. Camo. Even though it was camouflage, I found it. I could see it. I'm back. Keep getting phone calls right as I mentioned Freemasons and saying this is a good hangout. I really wish I could remember what I was talking about going into that lodge. I'll think about it. Maybe somebody will rewind this, go back, and I'll make a comment on it so I can keep up with that. All right. What a weird live stream. Hats and world corruption and witchcraft. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. The guy told, so when I was at the meeting, one of these meetings, and I didn't get to go into their like ritual area where they do whatever. I hung out on the back patio and just talked with the local masons. But I said something about witchcraft or something like that, and he goes, "Oh, you'd be surprised what goes on around here in Avondale. I've seen jars with body parts in them, and like formaldehyde from Santeria and stuff like that. People practice Santeria, cut off other people's body parts, keep them in a jar as like their reward or however they do it." He's like, "But yeah, they do. There's some weird stuff like that going on around here." And then he told me a neighborhood to stay away from. So, thanks for reminding me. Santeria in Avondale, Arizona. Jars with fingers. 33rd degree Mason police officer shows up places I'm at. Have him tell me that. I don't know, hey, feels a little odd to me. Yeah, I think some of those guys get some misinformation. They think they're doing things they can't do within the law for a good cause, and then it turns out not so much the case always. All right, so this next hat I'm looking for is brown tan cabbie hat, Paperboy. This is a pretty funky hat. Somebody's gonna look styling in this. So that's that one sold, and that one should be right over here where this camo hat was. Over here with the special hats, the warm weather cabbie, floppy, and/or bucket. No, that's not a floppy hat. This is a bucket hat and/or a. Oh man, now I can't think of the name of them. These are floppy hats, berets, odd and end bicycle hats, other stuff. But that one we're looking for is right here. And if this is boring to you, I'm sorry, but that's kind of what this live stream is about. This one, I'll do my other ones, my other normal ones. I'll keep doing those. I think that might be it. A couple of those, I think. Oh, maybe that's it. Let's see. I have to go back and check the photo. No, there's a couple more here like that, so check the details. Yep, this is it. So this one got listed and it's in pretty bad shape, but it's vintage. It's pretty old, and I think it can be cleaned, but it has a stain on the top right here. That's why we always take photos of the top, side, everything like that. But somebody didn't mind that, and they went ahead and bought this. And we state that in the listing too to make sure that they can see it. But sometimes people know how to recondition these. This is a real nice hat. Um, and or maybe they're just using this for a prop for a movie. They don't care if it's stained. They're gonna make this look dirty anyway because they're gonna do Titanic 2 or something, you know. Um, all right, so there's that one. So this house that I'm in, this giant room up here is they call it the loft, and this side of Arizona, I guess, this side of Phoenix, they overbuilt a while ago, like 10 years ago. They completely overbuilt out here, and then the economy dropped out, and all these houses, these huge houses out here, that they make giant houses in Arizona. Everybody stays inside the whole summer, so they have a big house. But this giant house we rented for $1,200 a month. It's 3,050 square feet. So it was the best opportunity to have a big enough place to put all this eBay stuff and have enough room to live too. It's actually too big. I want a smaller house, 1 story, where I can just keep all of this in a separate area. But hey, it works for now. Using satellites to track it. All right, so yeah, it looks like we lost a bunch of people. People took off because my phone died again, so that's my fault again. I'm sorry. I do have technical difficulties, but um, that was my bad there. I'm just gonna put this on. People want to show back up. Oh, look, yeah, looks like some more people showed back up. So uh, I'll just leave it on. Might leave it on all day. Who knows? Right now, I'm looking for. I couldn't find the Disneyland strap back hat that sold in Destination. Should have been in Destination, wasn't there? So I moved on. Now I'm looking for a troll doll hat. It sold. So that's something I talk about a lot is trolls, but that yeah, troll doll. All right, I'm gonna go find that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Seriously. Okay, here's. I should be able to find this one Really easy. There's only 2 rows of these. It says trolls. Got a troll with the pink hair. Should be there. I couldn't find it. I'm gonna go back and look again. Derek, are there any more hats down there that you haven't brought up that are done? All right. Oh man. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry if anybody's still around. Oh, there's 34 people here. Jeez. Hey everybody. Sorry I had to just stare at my wall over here. But I was looking for this. This is typical. Looking for this. This right here. Shouldn't be that tough to find. I have 2 rows of these. I should be able to find this in 5 seconds. And it is not there. And then I had, usually there'd be something else weird going on. I had this row hat. These are all the same hat. This is Adidas I Am Positive Energy. And I had these all in one spot. And when I just went to look for that Trolls hat, these were spread out throughout all of those other hats. So I had to take them back out and put them back in one spot. I don't know what happened there. Maybe when Kathy was looking through them, she didn't know there was multiples and they just got mixed up. That's totally plausible, but this other one is just missing. And things have definitely been stolen from my store. I don't know who, what, when. I have no idea, but yeah, you can see that hat sold for $20. So now that I can't find that hat, it's not here anywhere. It's a trucker hat, should be right there. If I can't find it, I have to give that person their $24.44 back that they paid for that. So it looks like I had a sale, but really I didn't. That hat was stolen from me. It's not just missing. I mean, where would it go? They don't just get up and walk out of here. There's no other red and white hats. Alright, well on that note, these positive energy hats, I have a bunch of these. So if anybody wants one of these, send me your address. It costs, I charge a little over $4 for shipping because it costs around $3 to ship. If you want one of these, I'll give it to you for free. And just PayPal me like $3 total, and then that'll cost just be the cost for the shipping, the box, and the little bag that we send it in. That's our cost, and I'll send you one of these for free. I am positive energy. More people being positive. All right. Guess you've had enough of me complaining about a troll doll hat missing. Seems pretty trivial, but enough of that over time turns out to be a big deal. All right. Crystal River manatees. Gray leather strap. See, that's how quick I should be able to find those. That was my next one I was looking for. Exactly where it was, and it was there. Troll doll. Imagine that. So I spend a lot of time getting down on the floor, searching through these hats, up on a ladder after 60, 70, gone through like half of the inventory. Back starts to hurt a little bit. All right, next one, navy blue. Fitted Washington Nationals. I've been to that stadium actually when I was in Maryland at the Defense Information School. I talked about before. Grabbed my skateboard, my backpack, camera, going to town. This time I actually went with some of the guys from the base. We were there for broadcast training. I was only there for like, I don't know, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Month, I can't remember. Broadcast training, and we went to this stadium, and it is a beautiful stadium. Anybody that likes baseball should definitely check out this stadium in DC. So I'm gonna go find that hat, Washington Nationals. There we go. Navy blue cadet. Old Navy. Navy blue, Old Navy. So a lot of times what'll happen is two hats will sell to one person,
I'll be able to find one really easy, and then the other one is just nowhere to be found. So hopefully that's not the case with this one. This person has 0 feedback. A lot of times it'll happen with an account with 0 feedback because somebody just made the fake account and they're trying to mess with me. So hopefully that's not the case with this. Somebody just new found my store and I bought a couple hats. That one is also Old Navy. So green Old Navy, blue Old Navy. Wow, I'm getting a headache. I'm getting headaches lately. I don't usually get those. And I'm not talking loud enough. Okay, navy blue.
Whoa.
That's what those are.
There we go.
Yeah, red or purple have gotten old after a while. I used to like to wear red and I like the match. Now half the time I go to my closet and I look at what I'm used to wear. Half the stuff I have I can't even, or I can wear, I just prefer not to because of this whole thing. I want to be, yeah. Okay, so this one is a Drea's Beach Club Nightclub. DRAI Las Vegas Beach Club. Right back up here.
Willis, what are you barking at, buddy?
Want to help me find hats?
Come here. Want to help find hats? I think the one we're looking for is right here. It's right there. Yeah. Oh, no, not that. Here, these. Can you get one for me? Find it? See? He helps find hats. Hey. There's Willis, everybody, making his guest appearance. Look, you're on TV, buddy. Look at the camera.
Alright, I gotta find this Drea's hat.
rhymes with my daughter's name. Hey, excuse me. You want to come over here? Come over here a little bit? There you go. Come over on this side. You want to lay down right here? There you go. There, now you can be part of the show. There you are right there on camera. Well, what happened? You get bored? I think he's looking for a snack. Not there. Sometimes you get lucky and find it right away. Sometimes it's the last one, and sometimes it's just not there at all, and you have to message the customer and say, I'm sorry, the weirdest thing happened. This hat disappeared from my house, and there's only 4 rows of these here. It should be there. No explanation. So, but here's your money back, and we look bad. There we go, there's that one. All right, making some progress here now. Sorry if I'm ignoring anybody. I'm trying to do this, and that's what I normally do during the day. I just thought I'd turn the camera on, so I'm glad there's people here hanging out still, talking. I mean, if you're going to be under surveillance all the time, might as well just put yourself out there and see what happens, and you have no privacy anyway. Might as well do this, have some fun, keep busy, answer some questions, get some information out, teach people about hats. So here's a NASCAR hat. I live right down the street from the, it's called the ISM now, but it was PIR, Phoenix International Raceway. And they just had a race last week, actually. Who knows, maybe one of the people that stream still on lockdown? Huh? Oh, I shouldn't show the username. Okay, it's not. Alright, this one sold for $10. That's a NASCAR leather visor. Ooh, I like that. We are the persistence. Nothing else will work. No matter what we do, if we're not persistent. Ah, that's awesome. I like that. We are the persistence. That's cool. Ta-da. Found that one. All right, here's the Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes, however you want to say it. Tomato, tomato. This is a trucker hat, Velcro, Dodge. They're a hockey team here. I almost said minor league. They're the pro hockey team. They're an NHL hockey team here, I'm pretty sure. Should probably know that.
been researching other things. So that's that might not be a trucker. It might just be mesh. Ooh, that's tricky. Okay, let's see. I'll be right back. Yeah, it wasn't in the truckers. It was with the red hats, Velcro. Fuck it. Could be money how they do that too. Could be a lot of ways that's happening, but that does happen. Okay, this hat, the Derek Thomas Foundation. Derek Thomas, he was a linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's a strap back. Red, black bill. Strap back for that. That was strap back. That was. Oh, okay. That's one. That one just got listed, and it wasn't put away yet. So it's down here, and that's why I need to put these away before I start searching through them. But anyway, it's another hat that sold. Derek Thomas, linebacker, Chiefs. Wait, did he pass away? Is he still around? I think he might have passed. I can't remember. Keep hearing stories from people all week that I don't know, bringing up stories about people dying or saying how thankful they are to be alive. And that usually sounds like a positive thing, but when they have a weird look on their face and 20 people do it the same day, you start to get the hint. All right, the Third and Long, Derek Thomas Third and Long Foundation. I wonder what that's about. Sorry, I haven't been checking out the Documented headlights, red sign. I didn't get that thing. Yeah, I documented a lot of these cars. Your hearing just went out? Yeah, mine too. I just got pressure in my ears, started ringing, and that was some interesting timing. Maybe they're trying to see, like, hey, let's, definitely having some pressure today. It's not normal. I didn't get a lot of this kind of stuff. I don't know if you noticed my voice. I've been getting a lot of, like, scratches on my, like, itching on my face. I can't even talk. Pressure in my head. My skin's been really like burning. It's dry here and cold, but feels weird. And the other night, my skin was burning. Back of my ears were burning. Back of my neck. Getting pressure in my head. Definitely new for me. Never felt anything like that, ever. Felt like I was in an airplane with no pressurization. All right, this one's Fitted Saratoga Golf Club. I'll take you guys with me on this one. Saratoga Golf Club. It should be. City of Avondale Public Works. I think I got this at the swap meet down the street. So anybody from Avondale that needs a hat while you're out perping, here's one. Or, you know, for the people that work for the city that aren't involved, I'd rather you buy it, if that's even the case. If there is people that aren't involved in this here in this town, I mean, the other people that are targeted. A guy named Matt Holt, H-O-L-T, Matt. If you ever see this, yeah, I talked to Matt on the phone. He was asking me some questions like what I hear. I was like, I don't hear anything, man. I don't hear, you know, my ears ring. I have some different symptoms and stuff like that, but nothing I can prove is like a directed energy weapon or anything like that. And I would like some proof, but nothing like that. I'm more explaining the stuff that's going on in public, the way that people are harassing people in an organized fashion, trying to ruin their life covertly. That's the thing I'm going after. And then as more and more the weapons get proved, like the interview that was just done, the Air Force mom, one of her daughters, was one of the diplomats in Cuba. She just did an interview explaining a lot of the same stuff that, well, like I'm feeling right now. And keep having to unplug my ears, like I'm in an airplane, like I've been in hundreds of times. This doesn't usually happen down here on ground level. Ooh, cars racing around outside. I needed to check this hat again. Yeah, had some sirens start to go off just now. Got somebody. Hear that? Loud muffler jamming around in the neighborhood. Alright, Saratoga Springs. Alright, I have one more road to look through here. Or one more. Shelf. Each shelf has
4 rows. All right. See how fun this job is? Whoever wants to do it, this is half your life right here. People say you would never know what it's like to work in a factory, do manual labor all day. Yeah, actually I've done it. I've built fences, roofed houses, you know, composite shingles in Fresno on the roof, 110 degrees. With my old fire captain, he did roofs on the side. He actually did my roof in my house in California. Gave me a good deal on it. Man, it's hard to keep on track and focus on what I need to do. My ears have so much pressure in them right now, it is ridiculous. It feels like my head is being squeezed right now. This is pretty rare for me. This has only happened a couple times. And I mean, seriously, it feels like I'm going down in elevation in an airplane, like in a C-130. Took one of those to Florida. Took one of those from Bahrain to Al Dhafra Air Force Base, the United Arab Emirates. And a couple of those, actually the one we went to Florida in, there was a bunch of us, and then we had an F-16 engine inside the C-130 with us strapped in, and all of our luggage and stuff was, we sat all of our bags under it, and people were sleeping up against the motor and stuff like that. On the way over to Florida to Tyndall Air Force Base for dissimilar aircraft combat training. F-16 pilots would go up and simulate dogfight the I can't find that one right now. F-16 pilots would go out and dogfight the F-22 pilots, do simulations, and they would go out over the ocean and shoot down drones. They would make an F-4 Phantom from Vietnam. They'd turn one of those into a drone, fly it around over the ocean, then they'd go dogfight it, shoot it down with a real missile, like an AIM-9, AIM-9X. They'd shoot it down, and then the Navy would go out with all these nets and pick up all the parts of the drone. So I got to go film that, go into some classified briefings before I did the photos and the video and stuff like that. And then the video I worked on for like 2 weeks, I showed it to one of the pilots. It was part of the air combat training, and he was stoked. He was like, huh, right when I was talking about Tyndall Air Force Base, it cut me off. I guess I'm back. Okay, I'll quit talking about that. I didn't say anything classified. I just said that I went into classified briefings. I didn't tell them anything about what they told me not to talk about. Never have. It's not even a big deal. Okay, here's how big of a deal the classified information was they gave me. I was told not to do something, yet people are allowed to do this at air shows. And that's all I'll say. Civilians are allowed to do what I was told not to do at public air shows. That's it. So now I'm looking for a JBL hat. I have a little JBL Bluetooth speaker I just let my daughter borrow last week. She didn't know I had it anymore. She thought I lost it.
JBL Harmon. That is it. Strap back. I like to point different little coincidences out a lot and say I don't know if it's coincidence or impeccable timing again. This hat showed up right after I got arrested, and the incident started at QT when these people were stalking me, where I'm trying to get the videos from. More impeccable timing is just coincidence factory, I guess. I know I have this JBL hat. I think we have a couple of them. Oh, here's the JBL hat. Oh, yep, there we go. Yep. JBL by Harmon. Some audio file. That's a good name that sounds terrible because it says file, but audiophile are people that really like audio equipment and just records, all kinds of audio, everything. All right, making progress. There's 33 people here. Glad everybody's hanging out. I hope somebody met somebody new today that they can communicate with, or got some new information during this. Since I'm just working anyway, and this is my normal day, and I decided to add this to it, see what happens. No, you can't go quietly anymore. This is ridiculous. You have to stand up and fight back. Watch movies like Braveheart and, like get pumped up. Just understand that this is not going to get any better unless we just keep speaking out, doing stuff like, Dr. Tomo Shibata wrote the new law in California. And I'm going to be perfectly honest here, in hopes that I don't hurt her feelings, but she doesn't do the greatest in verbal interviews. I think her main language was Chinese, and she has a hard time I have a hard time understanding her speak, and I think there might have been some audio difficulties on her interview that I watched too. But that lady's a very smart person, and might be one of the main reasons why this stops. Um, by being smart enough to research all of this, get the law written, and get that started. So I'm not saying anything bad about her at all. At all. She's a hero to me. Just everybody's good at something, and if everybody can put whatever their it's gonna be a group effort like open source software. All right, so now I'm looking for an Oldsmobile trucker hat. All right, I found it. I found this other one. I tried it on too. Who knows? Might make half the people here leave. I don't know. I like this hat. I don't like how it fits on me, but I like Trump. I think he's doing something to help us. Lead Executive Order 13818, and see how you think that refers to targeted individuals. So I'm gonna go put this back up on the shelf because this doesn't fit me right. But anyway, yeah, I found this one. This hat's from like the '60s. So that hat is about 60 years old, probably 50 to 60 years old. keep seeing Twitter stuff pop up. Said something about Gerald Sosby. Let me check that out. Gerald's a good guy. Former FBI special agent. Sent me his affidavit and then sent a personal letter to me, to the judge. Him and Karen Milton Stewart both sent me pretty awesome letters to the judge. There go my ears again. Okay, this one's navy blue Airstream trailers. No, just looking those up. Wouldn't mind living in one of those in the woods. Told my buddy that, one of my friends from when I was younger, who still calls me, and I said, I just want to live in a trailer out in the woods, just simple life. He's like, oh, you want to go Theodore Kaczynski? I said, no, man, I don't want to make any bombs. I want to just live in the woods and be peaceful, relax, build a shop, do my own thing. That's it. I don't want to send anybody any weird mail. All right, leather strap, navy blue. But my buddy's sense of humor, it's like that. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. Airstream. All right. There we go. Yeah, that's a cool hat. That's a cool vintage hat right there. Somebody with like a 30-foot Airstream hooked up to their truck, cruising along with their vintage, original leather strap Airstream hat from the 70s or 80s. Go along with it. Heck yeah, man. People like to have the matching stuff for their gear. That's why old motorcycle helmets sell so well. Old Bell motorcycle helmets. People ride cafe cruisers, and they want the helmet that goes excuse me, that goes with it. REI. I have a membership to REI. You pay one time and you're a lifetime member, and you get discounts off of camping stuff. They have a lot of cool stuff. But try to find that stuff at the swap meet or garage sales first. That way you can get all your backpack stuff for like $100 instead of like $1,500 to $2,000 for all of it. Just take a little more time. Okay, gray strap back. Oh, that hat is right in front. Must have just listed that one there. It's a good REI hat. Whoa. Okay, I think I might take a break and close down the live stream. If that's okay with you guys, unless you want me to leave it open while I go eat. I'm gonna go take a little lunch break. But if you want me to leave this open, I'll leave it open. I don't care. I think I might shut it down and maybe I'll start it back up later while I'm packing some of this stuff up. All right. Yep. Some people are heading out anyway. There's 28 people here, and I appreciate everybody here. So, but this thing's been going for a while now, and learn to sing. It helps. I sing. I still can't sing. Not very well. I try. I just do it anyway. It's fun. Yeah, you can. You can find everything you need at yard sales, and smoke some weed, dude. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not sure yet. Went grocery shopping yesterday. Probably just make myself a sandwich. But a good one. Lots of greens and tomatoes on it. Meat, cheese, all that good stuff. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun. I've never done anything like this before. Just kind of hung out with people online and done a live stream. Didn't really have a point. Well, this kind of got a point. Anyway, all right, everybody, have a good day. I might do this later again, like I said, when I'm shipping, and just see how it goes. And hope you all have a great day.